Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome back to my class, Cookie, and it's good to see you
Mm-hmm.
again.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, how's your day so far?
I'm doing good. Yeah, nothing special.
Nothing
Yeah.
special.
Yes.
So, how's the weather in Japan?
In Japan, it's sunny and cloudy. Yeah. So
Sun at the same time cloudy.
yes,
So, do you think it's going to rain later?
going to rain. So according to the TV, so it was expected to rain, but yeah, just just seeing the weather. So yeah, it can't rain.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just cloudy, but it's not going to rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened here in the Philippines also. All right, so yes, a cookie. So let's start the lesson. So you just did news entertainment, right? This
hmm
is how the one child rule still hurts family in China. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, so now let's move on to words and phrases. So in this part, again, so let's learn some of the words and phrases used in the article. So we have five words, and let's start with number one. Okay, so I put the audio here.
Enforcement.
Enforcement.
Right, so this is noun, the act of making people obey a particular law or rule. Okay, so let's listen to the sample sentence.
The strict enforcement of traffic laws reduced accidents.
The strict enforcement of traffic laws reduced accidents.
Yes, that's correct. All right. So yes, in this part, let's make a sample sentence also using our own words. Can I have your sentence too? Okay.
Okay, enforcement. Mm, and the government stated the enforcement of new laws.
The government. Can you say it again? The government
Uh, Stated
stated. All right. Stated
the
and
enforcement of new laws.
the enforcement of new laws. Okay. So yes, the government stated in the enforcement of new laws. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, this is also a great example sentence, Cookie. So great job for that one. All right, now let's move on to the second word. I put it here.
Adopt.
Adopt.
So this is verb to take someone else's child into your family and legally raise them as your own. Okay, so let's listen to the sample sentence.
They decided to adopt a child from the orphanage.
They decided to adopt a child from the orphanage.
Yes, that's correct. All right, so can I have your own sentence too? Adapt.
Adopt. Mm, mm, the old couple adopted a, a child.
The old, maybe we can say the old family or
The
something.
old couple.
Carport is carport.
Couple, couple.
Ah, okay. The old couple, yeah. So the old couple adopts a child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So the old couple adopt a child. Okay, this is also a very good example sentence. So great job for this one. All right. So next word. Here we go.
Reunite.
Reunite.
This is verb to bring people together again after they have been separated. Okay. So here's the sample sentence.
The long lost friends finally reunited at the reunion.
The long-lost friends finally at the
Re.
reunited at the reunion.
Yes. Okay. So can I have your sentence? Reunite or
Re-
reunited.
reunite. Uh, I will have the drinking session to reunite with friends in my high school.
Mhm. That's also a very good example sentence, Cookie. So great job for that one. Okay, so next word. Here we go.
Sterilization.
Sterilization.
Yes, so this is noun. A medical operation to make a person or animal unable to produce offspring. Okay, so here we go. Here's the sample sentence.
The government program offered free sterilization to control the stray dog population.
The government program offered free sterilization to control the stray dog population.
Yes. Okay. Sterilization.
Hmm. Sterilization. Hmm. What is offspring?
Offspring is like small, like example, you know this, like from the frog. So the offspring, it's like
Mm-hmm.
baby or it's like eggs, something very, very like from the hatch of the frogs into the
Oh,
so like that. So very small frogs or
okay. Okay.
like
Okay. Sterilization. Mm, we have to make our pets to be to have the sterilization.
sterilization.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. Mm. It's sterilization.
Yes,
Oh,
sterilization.
oh. I I have my dog have the sterilization.
Sterilization.
Yeah.
I have my dog sterilization. Yeah, this is also a good example sentence. So I have my dog
My
sterilization.
dog, my dog have, my dog take.
Yes. Or you can say my dog has sterilization.
Okay.
Okay, that also great. Okay, so are we good with this one, the word? Oh, okay, so let's move on to next word. I put audio here.
Legacy.
Legacy.
Yes, so this is noun, something from the past that affects from present or future. Alright, so now let's listen to the sample sentence.
Her dedication to education is her lasting legacy.
Her dedication to education is her lasting legacy.
Mm, yes, can I have your sentence too?
Legacy. Um. mm, this this computer is categorized to legacy.
This computer is categorized wait, as legacy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, this is also a very good example sentence. Cookie is a great job for this one. Alright, so do you have any questions so far?
No questions so far.
Okay, so now let's move on to comprehension part. So can you please check the definition?
Okay.
Alright. Are you
Sorry.
done? Yes. Are you done checking the directions?
Yes.
Okay. So we have three questions here that are going to answer later, but before that, let's check the question one by one
Mm-hmm.
first. Okay. So number one, so what did China's one-child policy try to do? Number two, what happened to the two sisters in the book? Number three, what do adoptees use to find family now? Alright, so to answer this question, let's listen to the audio article. So I play it here now. Here we go.
How the one child rule still hurts families in China. China's one-child policy, introduced in 1979, aimed to slow rapid population growth. It allowed families just one child with strict and widespread enforcement. Though intended to ease social and economic pressures, the policy caused deep and lasting harm. Many children were taken from their families, and some were adopted overseas. This painful chapter in modern history continues to affect Chinese families today. A journalist's book shares the story of two sisters born during the policy in rural China. One was hidden to avoid being taken, while the other was removed by authorities and adopted in the United States. They lived apart for years before finally reuniting. Their story reflects how the policy caused deep emotional pain for many families separated by force. Women at the time faced forced abortions or sterilization, with long-term effects on health and well-being. Some never discovered what happened to their children. Many adoptees now use DNA testing to search for relatives, but travel restrictions and political tensions often make reunions difficult. The emotional scars from separation still remain for many. Today, China urges families to have more children to combat its aging society. Yet women who once faced strict birth limits now feel pressured to have more children, even when they are unprepared. The policy's legacy reveals an ongoing struggle over family rights and control of women's bodies. Its effects are still seen in daily life and personal histories.
Alright. Are we good with the audio, Poki, or do you want to listen one more time?
It's okay. So yeah,
Oh,
let's move on to the next part.
okay. So now let's move on to question number one. So, what did China's one-child policy try to do?
It tried to allow families just one child, and ease social. Yeah, slow rapid population growth.
Yes, that's correct answer. So, China's one-child policy introduced in 1979 aimed to slow rapid population growth. Okay, so great job. Next question number two. So, what happened to the two sisters in the
Uh, One was hidden to avoid being taken, while the other was removed by authorities and adopted in the United States.
Yes, that's correct answer. So one was hidden to avoid being taken, while the other was removed by authorities and then adopted in the United States. Okay, so number three. So what do adoptees use to find family now?
Mm, they use DNA testing to search for relatives.
Yes, that's correct. So many adoptees now use DNA testing to search for relatives. Okay, so great job, Cookie, for your listening focus. I can give you 5 out of 5 because you answered the questions correctly. So great
Mhm.
job for that one. All right, so now let's move on to read out. So in this part, you're going to read the article aloud, and yes, you can.
Okay. How the one-child rule still hurts families in China. China's one-child policy, introduced in 1979, aimed to slow rapid population growth. It allowed families just one child with strict and widespread enforcement. Though intended to ease social and economic pressures, the policy caused deep and lasting harm. Many children were taken from their families, and some were adopted overseas. This painful chapter in modern history continues to affect Chinese families today. A journalist's book shares the story of two sisters born during the policy in rural China. One was hidden to avoid being taken, while the other was removed by authorities and adopted in the United States. They lived apart for years before finally reuniting. Their story reflects how the policy caused deep emotional pain for many families separated by force. Women at the time faced forced abortions or sterilization, with long-term effects on health and well-being. Some never discovered what happened to their children. Many adoptees now use DNA testing to search for relatives, but travel restrictions and political tensions often make reunions difficult. The emotional scars from separation still remain for many. Today, China urges families to have more children to combat its aging society. Yet, women who once faced strict birth limits now feel pressured to have more children, even when they are unprepared. The policy's legacy reveals an ongoing struggle over family rights and control of women's bodies. Its effects are still seen in daily life and personal histories.
Yes. All right. So thank you for reading the article very well, Koki. For your pronunciation, again, I can give you 5 out of 5 because you pronounced the word very well. Okay. And also your intonation and diction, so it's very good. You did a great job on that one. All right. So now let's move on to discussion part, shall we? Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so in this part again, so we have a few questions that we're going to answer freely or by using the situation given. Okay, so let's start with question number one. So, do you think families should have the freedom to choose how many children they want?
yes, I do, and especially in Japan, yeah, they, it is it has opposite situation here because yeah, so children in Japan are declining, so over age because uh, more and more couples are less likely to have their children due to the yeah, expenditures or something like that. So yeah, amid their severe financial situations. So yeah, so our government has to have promote them to have more children to
Mhm.
uh, for sustainable society in the future. Yeah, just because so. Mm, but so to promote them to do that, the government uh, mustn't force them to them
Mhm.
force them to have more more children, since yeah they have their own financial situations. So and even unless mm, the the government can provide them with enough subsidies to grow their children, so it can't uh, it can't be allowed to yeah force parents to have more children.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. Okay, so Japanese people, or you are you have a freedom to choose how many
Mm,
children you have
yes.
once. So is there in no as long as you can raise the children properly? Is that correct? As long as you can handle these kids,
Yes.
uh help them, yeah. Okay, so because in Arab in Arab city before where I work, so they only allowed like 3 children, maximum of 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maximum of 3 children
Three.
if you can able to give education to
Mm.
kids properly, then you are allowed. But if not, then the government will not allow you to have kids more than kids. So that's
Mm.
weird.
Oh, that is in your country situation.
In Arab country, in
All
Islamic,
right.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, but.
here in the Philippines, we don't have. We also have a freedom to choose how many kids we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same as in your country. So, but here, you know, the government also try to control the families because because of poverty. So some
Mm-hmm.
people, Philippines is not that rich. It's belong to poor
Yeah,
country,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So some Filipinos, some families, even they are living in the countryside, even they don't have enough work, they don't have enough job, they don't have enough source of income. They have a lot of kids, so that's why
Yeah,
this
same
their
here.
own,
Same
yeah.
here.
So the government try to control this. At least maybe you have 3 or 4 kids at in one.
Mm-hmm.
Also the children will suffer also from poverty. So that's why the
Yeah,
government try.
so uh, the the laws of the system in Arab
Mm,
countries, like you mentioned, yeah, I can understand the
mm,
the situation where there is assessment like so checking income or the
mm,
involvement. So.
exactly.
Mm.
So it's it's but for some people who want kids, so
Mm-hmm.
they are rich people and they don't have kids, and these poor people have a lot of kids, but they don't have money to raise the children.
Mm.
So these people the government should try to control these families also. So
Ah.
they're giving a birth control or
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
that they can try to control. All right, so
Mm.
now let's move on to question number 2. So, do you think children should always stay with their birth families if possible?
Oh. Mm, yes, they do. Yeah, so if possible.
If
Yeah,
possible.
because they are the true families. So yeah. Uh, I mean, so from the financial situations or the condition, the conditions or relations between children and parents should be considered to assess whether that lives are possible or feasible or healthy condition. Yeah, so mm, if possible, they should do, and the parents are responsible for raising their own children, of course. So, yeah, that is true, and if um, if parents can easily what can I say release their children, so those children might be poor or might be poor, severe situations, you know. So that should be banned. Yeah. So, mm, yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with your idea. So, yes, as the sample sentence, so yes, I do think children should stay with their birth families because it can help them feel secure and connected to their roots, giving them a better sense of identity. So yes, this is
Yeah.
true. So children should stay with their families for
Mm-hmm.
identity. So we can give identity so who we are like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's move on to question number 3. So is it important for adopted children to know about their birth parents?
Topic.
Those adopted.
Um, no, it's not. Yeah. So for them, for
Mhm,
them, the parents who grew themselves or the true parents. So yeah, they don't have to know about their birth parents, and as long as unless they don't want to know.
mhm,
Yeah, so yeah, that doesn't matter. So the whether birth parents or actually so family they belong to. Hmm.
Unless they're asking for their real parents, their
Yeah, yeah.
biological parents, right?
Hmm.
But if it's that in case, Kogi, do you mind telling your adopted children the truth? If you have adopted children?
Uh, for me, it is difficult to tell them. Yes, because I think they are my children
Mm-hmm.
actually. So yeah, it is difficult to tell them.
Mm. All right, Kogi, you didn't have much time. Thank
Yeah,
you very
thank you.
much.